on your pants.
Streaming live on the Woof Australia.
Big Stu and MJ. Planet Country.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you so much for putting a chocolate puddle on MJ's pants. I have never, ever laughed so much. It was fantastic.
Still trying to get the chocolate out, I think.
Chocolate stains. You can't get it out. There's nothing you can do. Rub chewing gum on it. No, wait, that's another thing. Chewing gum creates the stain.
Vinegar.
Vinegar.
Vinegar gets rid of red wine, I found out the other day.
Oh, okay. There you go.
This is what you do, Big Stu. You laugh at my misfortune. You love doing
That's
it.
why we have kids.
But you know what? Yeah, but you know what? I laugh at all of your stuff-ups on the radio.
That is true, and there are many, and there will be more tonight before we're over, I guarantee.
It's just that kind of night.
Now, we need to get back on track. This is very serious. Keith Urban has been in the news during his whistle-stop promo tour of Australia. He was on the usual TV suspects, including Sunrise and The Project. Angela Bishop on Channel 10 was probably the best interview I saw, and she zeroed in on the song Gemini and the lyrics. Check out how Keith handled that line of questioning.
So the first song I wrote with Julia Michaels, Ian Kirkpatrick and Justin Tranter, great songwriters, all three of them. And we were all talking about what to write about, had this cool little groove going and this vibe was happening, and they asked me about Nick, and so off we went, and the song turned into this thing called Gemini.
She's a maniac in bed and a brainiac in her head. Did you sort of run it by her, or did you just play her the finished product?
Just played her the finished song.
And how did she react?
I think she loved it.
Did she go red? Did she go...
Didn't go red, no. It's very hard to make Nick go red.
Is it?
Yeah, she's an actor. She's seen it all.
Right, yeah.
Seen it all. But she loved the song, thank goodness.
A maniac in the bed and a brainiac in her head. Nicole Kidman loved the song. I'm going to ask our special guest artist, Kylie Ryan, who's here with us now, what do you make of those lyrics?
Wouldn't you be high-fiving him? Never mind going red. I'd be like, that's my husband. Yeah, he said that about me. Yes.
I like how he said it's hard to make her go red. Isn't she a redhead to start with originally? I think she colours her hair now. I don't know. So she's already a redhead. She's already red.
Yeah, but like you said, she's an actor. She's seen it, all sorts of things.
That's right.
Maybe she's just acting with Keith.
Possibly.
Ooh.
Well, the thing is, as you alluded to, what woman wouldn't like Keith Urban writing a lyric like that about them? I mean,
Well,
you know, it's even better if you're the wife, I suppose.
well, better for his wife if you're the one.
Well, let's check out what all the fuss is about. This is Gemini on Planet Country. We're going to have to do that. That's the only way we can do it. We are live on Facebook. So hello, everyone on Facebook who can hear us. We're going to have to speak very loudly because we're missing a microphone that we normally have in the middle of the studio so that when our songs are going to air on the radio, we can actually, you can hear us talking live in the studio.
Pick up all the honest things that we say on
right.
air.
Be careful what we say. Be careful what we say. So Kylie Ryan is our special studio guest here. Say hi to Kylie. Kylie, say hello to everyone.
Hello,
MJ
everyone.
is madly working the keyboard there to get things under control. And
Saving your butt, you mean?
saving my butt. We did leave an important piece of equipment at home. I did not
You
bring
left
that.
an important piece of equipment
I
at
didn't
home.
bring it with me. That's exactly
MJ
right.
does everything he needs to do.
This has been
No, you
going
can't.
on all night. All night.
It's one of those. Last week was a good show, and we always say when we have a good show, there'll be something will go wrong, technical stuff-ups and all, gremlins, and that has been the case today with computer breakdowns, printer breakdowns, you name it, it has happened today, so unfortunately. So Kylie is with us. She is actually going to play 3 songs tonight. So
I'm just going to
hopefully-
sing them. Dave's going to play.
Okay, well, we've got Davey the guitarist.
We have an agreement.
That's right. The agreement. What was the agreement
The
again?
agreement is I won't play if he doesn't sing.
Right.
So,
What I think we need to do by the 3rd song is we need to swap that. So let's give that a go. Because when I spoke to you, Kylie, you said, "Oh, my guitar playing. I'll probably get a guitarist to come in." So you obviously do play, but
I'm not really well, honestly. I'm still working at that singing and playing thing at the same time. It's,
So you can play
God,
or
I
sing?
take my hat off to all you guys, like who play and sing, and the girls too, I should say.
Not easy to do.
Yeah, no, it's not. No. And I think you have to have started a lot younger than me. Like,
All right. Well, Keith Urban's playing now on the radio, and didn't he start at 6 or something? You
something
really got
like
to
that.
start. You know.
Yeah, exactly. I remember that little kid that Tommy Emmanuel used to bring out. Was it Nathan?
Nathan Cavalieri.
Nathan
He
Cavalieri.
still
That's right.
plays.
Tommy Emmanuel
I
used.
follow him on
Yeah.
Facebook. He's
Is he still around?
He's still around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy Barnes wheeled out his kids when we were in there, and then they grew up listening to it.
That's
so
right.
they all know how to. But he doesn't play. He can't play. No, he
It's
doesn't play an
interesting, isn't it?
instrument at
Glenn
all.
Campbell's kids.
Sorry?
Glenn Campbell's kids were his band.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like his
It's a
whole
good
family
idea.
were his band.
Yeah.
Oh, we went to my stepdaughter's, she's with Stormer Music out at Penrith, and she did a performance. And they bought the first act they brought out with these three brothers. The little one would have been about 5 or 6 playing the guitar.
Oh,
They
wow.
played AC/DC, and he had the little Angus leg going. And I'm like, that's it. I want them for my band.
I want that backing band.
Yeah, it limits my venues. That's all.
Still
No licensed venues, but we can play it. We can do the World for Kids.
World for Kids.
World for Kids kindergarten tour.
Play the Estedford.
Yeah.
They still have the Estedford?
Got a shout out to Joe Norton who's just tuned in. Says
Hi.
it sounds all good without the extra mic.
Oh, okay, that's good. We're
You
yelling.
see my face with Big Stew right now. I'm still not happy about it.
Well, we're going to. We're about 45 seconds away from a brand new, sort of a not a brand new song. Sorry. Well, it is.
Well,
It's the
it
new
is.
single.
It's a week old
The current
today.
single, a week old. And so we're going to go live on the radio very shortly. So stick tight. And are you going to plug that back in then, MJ? To
You make the mistake. I'm the one who has to do all the work.
we've got 20 seconds. We don't want to be.
God, all genres in.
Gemini. What was that about? Brainiac in the head. That's all I remember, and a maniac in the bed.
You're a
Keith
maniac
Urban.
in your head.
That's right. Now, we are live on Facebook, MJ. I believe things are up and running correctly now.
Yes.
Okay, we do have some audio issues with when we are... when the radio is playing a song and we can't play the song on Facebook live because of copyright, we normally have a really good setup where everyone can hear everything that's going on in the studio, so we have to shout because the mic's not here. So my fault.
Shout, let it all out.
I'm owning. See, you've got a...
See, he sings once.
He's
and
got
look
a
what happens.
taste of singing, and now
See,
it's gone to his head. You've become Mick Lindsay.
The
you know?
bug's bitten you.
Just
I don't
singing
know
all
what you're
the time.
talking about, Big Show. I've sung on this show plenty of times.
that is
It's usually
true.
the same song. Maybe lock them door and turn the lights down low.
That's right, because you've got
One
the
song.
deep voice.
Yeah.
Because wasn't that Scotty McCreery? Is it? Does he still want to be
Yeah, I'm
called
Scotty
Scotty?
McCreery.
You know how like sometimes you grow up and it's like, I'm not Scotty anymore. I'm Scott.
Andrew G. What's he now?
Andy G was well. he-
Osher, something.
Osher.
That's right. Yeah, he uses the
Ginsberg.
other name. Anywho, let's get on with it. We do have Kylie Ryan here in the studio, and we're going to hear a fantastic song very soon. But first up, we've got to do this. Now on Planet Country, it's time for the prestigious Song of the Week.
Big Stew.
Dancing,
at my
man.
notes.
You're not dancing this time. The notes stop. Have you noticed that?
They stopped and we're only... Oh, we're already 46 minutes in.
It's a very,
That's gone quick.
yes. But it's been a very tough day. Technically, I've had computer issues, printer issues. So the notes stop. We're freelancing
Is
it
that
from
why
now on.
the printout
But
of
you
the
know-
weather is all fuzzy?
Exactly, and yeah.
Okay.
Now, you know, you show that to Facebook Live. You know how this segment works. You've got to guess who has Song of the Week, and it's never very hard when we've got a studio guest.
Yeah, it's Mick Lindsay. We already
Could
played him,
be
though.
you,
That's never-
because you're singing a lot.
Yeah, all right. It's time for my debut. What am I singing? Give
Nothing.
me a song.
No, we're going to leave that to the professionals. Kylie, tell us all about this new single, because it's our Song of the Week. We're going to hear it live.
Oh, it's my song. It's
your
not
s-
Mick's.
It's
Oh.
not Mick's song, no. Surprise.
Oh my gosh.
No, it is Mick's song, but you got to perform Mick's song on his
I've got to
behalf.
perform. Oh my
That's right, yeah. Tell us all about Every Time, which is the, I guess, the last single to
It
be
is the
released
last
off
single of the EP.
EP,
Yep,
yeah.
it is. This is my party track on the air, and it
Ah.
my favourite TV show is Nashville.
Ah, yes,
It
of
was-
course.
Yes, of course. And I was watching it one night, and there was an episode where two of the characters, Raina James and Deacon Claiborne, who were two of the main ones, they were riding together, and they just had this awesome chemistry where they were just bouncing off each other, and they have a whole lot of problems in their personal life, which creates the drama in the show. But anyway, when they were riding together, this song just came together, and it was like, oh, wow, it was awesome, the feeling. And I thought, I just kind of wrote, sometimes in my head I hear those classic lines, and I kind of started to write the song, and then I shelved it because I didn't really know how I wanted it to go.
It was one of those songs that sort of just never
I
got
have
finished, and you
I
couldn't.
have some of those that that are sitting there waiting. They're hatching, incubating.
Incubating.
That's it. And then watching CMC Channel one night and Kenny Chesney's American Kids film
Yep.
clip. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that.
Yeah,
It's a
absolutely.
Fantastic.
How's it
song.
going?
The bus.
Growing up in little pink houses, making out on living room
Wait,
couches.
That's it.
I remember when we played on Planet Country, I said, I apologise to our audience because it will get stuck in your head.
Oh, it's
And it
great,
does,
isn't
and
it?
you can't get it out of your head.
Bow, bow, bow.
It's a great song.
So that was the inspiration to pick
kinda-
this song
I
back up
love
and
that beat.
finish it.
And that when I took it to my producer, we were looking for the last song for the EP, and he said, "What have you got?" So I looked this out, and he said, "Oh, I like this. What's this about?" And then I played in the American Kids thing, and we just sat around jamming for a while, and we came up with every time, and we went, "This is really cool. Let's put it on the EP." So
This is really cool.
That's its story.
We've got to record it. Oh, that's a great
It
story.
is.
All right, so we're ready to roll. Guitarist ready to roll. Okay, let's hit it. This is Planet Country Song of the Week. Kylie Ryan. Every time.
sometimes in my head I hear those classic lines. Tonight I get the feeling that you could be mine. That's right, coming into view now. Perfect little virtue. Oh, how I want you. I want you. I want you. I'm an emotive poet, falling from grace. You play the classic gold bar tight refrains, and when we get a roll on, man, it works every time. Oh, every time. Oh, yeah, every time you get that hook lick, tight kicks, left hand slide. I got that home pride country vibe, that's right. And when we get a roll on, man, it works every time. Oh, every time. Oh, yeah, every time. First round, you call the shots, and that's just how it goes. And drum roll, pen to paper, and I bear my soul. If you only knew now what I wouldn't do now. Oh, how I want you. I want you. I want you. I'm an emotive poet, falling from grace. You play the classic gold bar tight refrains, and when we get a roll on, man, it works every time. Oh, every time. Oh, yeah, every time you get that hook click, tight kicks, left hand slide. I got that home pride country vibe, that's right. And when we get a roll on, man, it works every time. Oh, every time. Oh, yeah, every time. I should get a grip, oh, I just wanna make you mine. Oh, every time. I'm an emotive poet, falling from grace. You play the classic gold bar tight refrains, and when we get a roll on, man, it works every time. Oh, every time. Oh, yeah, every time you get that hook lick, tight kicks, left hand slide. I got that home pride country vibe, that's right. And when we get a roll on, man, it works every time. Oh, every time. Oh, yeah, licked, tight kicks, left hand slide. I got that home pride, country vibe, that's right. And when we get a roll on, man, it works every time. Oh, every time. Oh, yeah, every time.
Absolutely fantastic. I see what you mean about the catchiness of it, and it did remind me of. I'd still got the song stuck in my head, Kenny Chesney. So.
Yeah.
No, I do have
Well,
your
mine on,
song.
get that stuck in your head.
Every time stuck in my head now. Absolutely fantastic. And the great news is you're going to play another 2 tracks for us.
We are.
Including another song off the Dream Chaser EP, but also, and this is the exciting part, a new song a little later that no one has heard before.
Well, a few people have heard it before.
Live.
4 people have have heard it before.
4 people have heard it. And that'll make 10 when all our listeners... No, I'm joking. But we are very much excited
no
about
pressure
that.
then.
No, that's right. So you've been working on new music.
I have.
I always... when we talk to artists, it amazes me because I think, what have you been doing? It's like, well, I'm working on music. It never stops. You're
it
always...
doesn't.
It's in the head. You've got to get it down on paper and eventually it becomes
That's
something.
it. It is, and it's for me. It's a weird process. If someone asked me to give them songwriting lessons, it would be really quite weird because I have ideas will pop into my head at all sorts of random times, and I have to write them down or get them down. My iPhone's my best friend because I just record all. If someone ever stole it and listened to it, honestly, they'd be like, "What is? What is this?"
This must be a songwriter.
Oh, well, that's what I hope they'd think. Or this person's insane.
I love that.
Imagine if, you get caught up, there's like a doppelganger out there that commits a crime and the police then seize your phone. It's like, evidence A, she's into some weird thing.
Yeah.
What's this? It says American Kids on here. What is this?
Yeah,
She keeps saying every time. It was her every
That's
time.
it. Well, the first single would have been interesting with the first line from Got Me In. You hit me like warm water on ice cold skin. What is she into?
Have you ever looked back at your notes? And you came up with a lyric or rhyme, in the middle of the night. You wrote it down. You
Yes.
go back and you go, what was this?
When I'm feeling braver, I should play some of the ones I've actually recorded at 3 a.m. or something like that in the
When
morning.
she's
Where I've
feeling
just
braver.
rolled over and gone. And it sounds like this, and it's about this, and then I'll listen to it the next morning and go, what was it about? Who?
3 a.m. morning, you're just
Doing what?
every time, turn it down, I'm trying to sleep.
I have to get up and sneak up to the lounge room.
There's a song about 3 a.m.
There is.
Matchbox 20.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. It was written at
I'm not going to sing it.
I love reading
2:59.
about how songs are written, though, what inspires people to write them. It's fantastic.
How many were written in the shower? That's what I want to know. Because I'm
know one.
always creative in the shower.
Yeah, I write in the shower all
There
the
you
time.
go.
Does the paper get wet?
The iPhone gets wet.
Uh-huh.
That is the problem.
The day that they finally added waterproofing to iPhones meant that half of the music industry just went, yay! And then the other half were like, we've had this for a long time.
Yeah, that's it.
You can get waterproof,
Waterproof speakers you can
pens
get.
and things,
You can get waterproof radios, so you can listen to Swar 999 in the shower and just,
Do you
the
reckon
Apple
anyone
Watches
is?
are
Let us know if you're
waterproof.
in the shower. How are they going to let us know? I just realised that's done.
Planet
Keith,
Country
we're
on
talking
Facebook.
to you. Keith, if you're in the shower, we are waiting for you.
Could have written a lyric about the shower.
I think I did.
Brainiac in bed.
Maniac in the head.
There's a maniac in bed.
No,
Brainiac in the head.
Someone down here had already done it.
There you go. Okay, let's get into some music and we'll come back and hear the next live song. We are still live on Facebook, so stick around. But Rachel Fahim released an unplugged version of Brake Lights featuring Vlado. Check this one out.
Sounds like it's like,
Planet Country Unplugged.
We are unplugged. We're back. So thanks so much for that performance. Something I was going to ask, because we had one person come into the studio and stand up to sing, and we had someone else say, "Oh, they really wish they could." And then we've had others say, "Oh no, I always sit down to sing that kind of style." So pros and cons. Is it easy to stand up or sit down to sing a song?
Technically, it's better to stand. Only because you've got your diaphragm.
The diaphragm,
and
yeah.
You can breathe more easily.
Yeah.
But I've done recently an acoustic gig with Dave where I stood, an acoustic one where I sat.
Yeah.
And I thought that's why I sat the other night with you, because it's a smaller venue and stuff. And I was kind of like, I think I prefer to sit with acoustics.
Because it's maybe not even about necessarily the sound, but the feel of the vibe of the place. It's a small venue, everyone's sitting down or something.
Yeah, no, well, that's what it was.
Yeah.
It would have felt weird to me to stand like the other night.
Like you're presenting something,
Exactly.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Now,
But I mean,
Real
on
Estate
stage with
101.
the band,
Yeah.
on stage with the band, no brainer. Like
Yeah.
stand, you might sit. I think